Hi there shed fans, welcome back, thanks for watching. This video is from the RC channel. I'm going to scratch build a trailer, a complete trailer from start to finish. I'm going to use some Tamiya parts, but I'm going to majority scratch build. The simplest and easiest way to build stuff is I'd probably buy Tamiya flatbed trailers. Buy a Tamiya flatbed kit, and then you got everything in it that you need. You got your kingpin, all your suspension, everything that you need. If you buy all your parts separately, it comes to it comes to a lot more than buying a complete kit. I bought Tamiya flatbeds from Japan. I had them delivered. They do come. There's no danger in it. I think it's absolutely fine. I've never had an issue with buying stuff from Japan. This new flatbed, I'm going to build a 3-axle flatbed. It's going to have air suspension on it. Air suspension on it. It's going to be a 3-axle trailer. So this video is going to be how to make the frame rails, how to make your frame rails up from what you need to start your project. These two frame rails here are for me curtain sider. These frame rails for my curtain sider I've made, that I've built again out of a Tamiya flatbed. They're just under a metre long, them frame rails, so the overall length of my trailer is just over a metre by a few millimetres. You can see my curtain side I've made on my channel with other videos. Well, this is I've stripped it all down and painted it all up. So these frame rails have been black primed and then matte black painted with Tamiya paint. And I made these to be exactly the same as the Tamiya frames. Because I've used the Tamiya suspension, I've drilled all the points for all the suspension. Now to do this, so to do this I used the standard frame, put it back to back with the aluminium that you buy, and then just punched them through, just drilled it through on my pillar drill. You can see there these 4 holes are the same, and then you can see that the rails are the same at back, but same holes at back there. And then what I did was I've just put that again the top, and then drilled through, then drilled through the top to line all my holes up on the top. Because I've used the flatbed, the metal plate that you get in the flatbed trailer, I've used that with the with my curtain sider. But what I'm going to do this new one, it's going to be a box trailer, but I'm gonna not use the flatbed. I'm gonna just copy it for the holes, what holes I want to use, and then I'll put it on because I'm going to build it another metre long again. So I'm just going to So in tonight's video I'm just going to make these two rails up. Which I've got here. All this aluminium is all from B&Q. You can buy it from other places. You can source your aluminium from wherever you want. But I use the B&Q stuff. I also got buy the aluminium angle for the side frames and stuff, because the Tamiya stuff's got holes in. The Tamiya flatbed trailer's got holes in, and I don't want the holes in it in a box trailer. So you can get a length of 15mm angle, 15mm by 15mm by 1.5. Your Tamiya stuff's 2mm, so you've got to put a washer. You've got to use a washer in places where you need to space your frame rails back out. But I've got all these offcuts here from the flatbed, from the curtain sider. So this long piece on here is 2.5 meters, 2.4 meters long. And I've got offcuts in this with other bits. So I've got enough angle to suit sides and end. I'll just put this back into the roof. We'll not be needing that bit tonight. More of that bit. I've got a lot of aluminium there, a lot of angle here to do stuff with. Right, so these are the frames that I'm going to make. So this one, these are 40mm by 20mm by 1.5mm thick. And this depth here is 40mm and that's 20mm. That's the two pieces there. They're exactly the right dimensions. Apart from this new rail's 1.5mm and the Tamiya stuff's 2mm. So a 1/2mm difference, and it does make a difference. So you have to. So what you've got to do is like I said, put a washer in the right place for your pins and stuff at front end. And well, you'll see all that in the next video when I start building stuff up. Right, so you can see this Tamiya rail here. So all this one's cutting off, and then I've got at the back here, at this back here, this is for the wheel chock. That's a shock mount, axle, pendulum, suspension mount, and a rear shock mount. And these are what somebody else has drilled in because they're bigger. So I bought a second-hand trailer and stripped it for parts. So all I want really is that cutting out there, and this is for landing legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill that through for my landing legs, and then put a bolt in, and then drill others out. So on a flat surface, you put it on a flat surface where it's level, get 2 strong clamps and just place them in, put them in position. And then just feel along it, make sure it's all level, and you can drill it. You can just drill one. I've got a 3.2mm drill bit in my drill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill this one, this top one here, because then that'll allow me to pivot it and get it perfectly lined up. Make sure it's in the right place on end, like I haven't done there. So before you drill anything, you need to check a couple of times. Now I've got a because I'm not using Tamiya suspension for my neck, from this rear suspension, I need to I don't know how long I'm going to make my chassis yet. I don't know how long I'm going to make my frame or anything, or how long I'm going to do my trailer. So what I'm going to do is just going to work this out, put my 2 clamps on. Right, so I can put this in a little vise. Really handy, them little vices, a little bench vise. Very handy indeed. So that's my first hole drilled. I'll just put a screw and a nut in it, on it. I can lock that one in place. And I can drill all the others. The reason why I'm putting my legs, them landing legs there, is because that's where they are on the Tamiya, and I'm going to use Tamiya legs for this, I think. Motorised legs, which I think are really good. Alright, so I'm going to take these off. That feels bang on, that feels perfectly in line. So I'll drill another one. So now these are in, I can cut the front of my chassis to be the same. Right, so now that's one frame screwed and locked on to my other frame. So I can cut down this and take this piece off, and then all I need to do is just decide on how long I want my frame. So I'll just cut that and I'll be back. Alright, so I've cut them. Now these two rails are cut. This one rail's cut, and that's bang on to Tamiya fittings. So what I need to do is remove this and drill all these holes in this top half here. But first of all, I'll just dress this up, so then just dress this metal edge up here. The other, I've cut it on a bandsaw. I've got a 24 tooth per inch DPI blading and bandsaw, and I use that for cutting everything. So I'll just drill these two other holes. Right, so that's my position for my landing legs. So these these 4 holes here at the front are the same on both rails, so I can put that back to back. Get my trusty clamps. Make sure they're lined up perfectly. And I can drill through that to give me my top hole. Right, so I'm happy with how that's level. But I'm not happy with that. Not happy with this screw at this end. So I'm just going to elongate this hole. Put it back on charge. So what I'm going to do, instead of drilling them with my hand drill, because you can get them out, you can get it wrong, your drill can wander. When you're drilling down like that, if you got it off or sideways or anyway, the hole will go into the wrong place. So what I'm going to do is, I'll drill them in my pillar drill. And I'll just show you what I'm going to do. Right, this is my pillar drill. I've got my 3.2 already set up in there. Just put me set my drill up. And set my drill up in it. No, set the chassis rails up in the vise, sorry. Right, so it's got that. I'm just lower my bed down a little bit. Like that. Make sure that's a 3.2. Yeah. Right, so we'll drill this through using that chassis rail. As that point there. So with the pillar drill, you get a parallel hole all the way through your material. You're not going to get an angled hole. I've put the piece of the chocolate in underneath so that my drill goes into that instead of hitting the top of my vise. Some of you eagle eye viewers will notice there's no things on there for there's no guard or anything on it. Well, I've took it all off. I've took all the guard off and everything, so if anything were to go wrong with it, it's down to me. Myself, nobody else's fault but my own. So you take responsibility for your own actions. I'm not telling you to do it this way, I'm telling you what I do to do it this way. You don't copy me, use your own use your own PPE equipment or your own health and safety. Only because I'm not doing it, don't mean to say you don't have to. If you're a young child, then get an adult or supervising, get an adult or a guardian or somebody to do it for you. Don't do it yourself. The good thing about working aluminium is you've got it's a soft metal, so you can so what you can do is you can file, if you do get your holes slightly wrong, you can file them out. It'll not take you 2 seconds to file an elongated hole. Alright, so that's this frame all cut. Well, it's the front half's cut, as you can see there. 2 lots of holes in your position. 2 lots of holes in perfect position, and then we've got all your decking holes in the right position. So now I've got to do is decide where I'm going to start my axles from. Where I want to start my rear axle, whether it be here or somewhere, and I just need to work out my spacings to put my stuff, to put my axles in. So I think I just need to work out how far apart my wheels are going to be. So I've used this one chassis rail to do my patterns and everything. I can use this. So this is the left hand one, the near side one. So that one's my near side one with that one, like so. So they're the same. And then the holes in the tops, the full length of it's the same. So now I can put that in my vise, and I can put this bed on top there. Line up all my screw holes and bolt that down. I'm just going to put any screws in this for now, just so you can see what I'm trying to achieve. I'll put a screw in it. Alright, so that is my screws in my chassis where I've just drilled them. One there, and then there's 2 drilled to here, one there and one there. So that plate, this is the original Tamiya plate. That's how much extra I'm putting on the chassis, which is like 300mm, I think it is, another foot extra. So that's 322mm longer, this rail, than this plate. So we've got to show you the underside. So now you've got the room for the bit of aluminium along the front, the this front plate that holds your headboard on your flatbed, that fits on your bed there, look, as it would normally. And then you've got your screw holes for your mechanism for your with your kingpin in over this plate. And then you've got your kingpin goes over that plate. Then you've got your mechanism that runs around bottom, around this corner, and that's got your slider box and stuff for your motorised legs. And then you've got this screw hole here is for your motor. These two screws for your motor that sits here. So if you make your rails, so what I'm doing is I'm making my chassis rails to the same fitment as the Tamiya plate, as a Tamiya flatbed. So I can show you my rails for my curtain sider. I'm going to cut these rails down. You can't, the rails are not a metre long. If you buy aluminium in a sheet, it's all a metre by something. It's 1000mm by 250mm or 1000mm by 400mm or something like that. So you can't have these rails 1000mm as a standard length because they're too long, because you need to get that piece on the back end. So this is my rail for my curtain sider, which you've seen. If you've watched my channel, you've seen the curtain sider. I've actually cut off that much off the back end of the rail. So because everything comes at 1000mm, because all the aluminium comes at 1000mm long, you've only got one cut of your sheet. If you buy a piece of aluminium at 1000mm by 400mm, and you need a bed out of it, you want to make a one-piece bed, then you've got to cut it 172mm wide. So if you've got 1000mm be 172mm, and you've got a 4000 piece be 400mm, you've got to cut 128mm off it to make it same width as this. The same width as a Tamiya bed, because you're going to have Tamiya axles and Tamiya pendulum suspension and stuff. So and then because your truck's a Tamiya truck, it fits with your Tamiya truck. Your trailer, that's why I'm making my trailer the same dimensions as the Tamiya truck, the Tamiya trailers. So all I have to do now is repeat making the frame rail again in the same way as I made this one at the front, but this time lay my other new piece of aluminium at the side of it like this. Exactly the same process as what I've just done, and then I'll have two frame rails exactly the same. My first frame rail, same holes, same everything. So my second frame rail, bit same holes, same everything. But I just need to work out what I'm going to do with my back axles. So I think I'll call this a video. I'll call this it for this video, and then I'll build up my axles and my wheels. I'll make my other frame rail off the camera. I'll build my axles and wheels up, put all that up together, and in my next video I'll lay them underneath and see where I want them to go. I'm not sure if they're going to be the same sort of dimensions as the Tamiya suspension. Right, so this is off my flatbed, off my curtain sider. So if I line that up roughly with that, and then line that one up roughly with that, is that going to be, yeah. Right, so that's your twin axle setup, your pendulum setup on your Tamiya suspension off the curtain side of trailer. If I line these up, axle middles, these two scrolls with these two scrolls on this, if I put that in there, put that one in, yeah, line that one up with that one there, all I have to do is measure the gap between this airbag top and that side bracket, and that will give me a position for my third axle, which will be about there roughly. So that'll be with the axle positions. So I need to work out where I want my last axle to finish on my rail, on my chassis rails, and then go from there. So there's a lot to be planning to do, a lot of designing to do, and I'll be contemplating all of that for my next video. But in my next video I'll have my chassis rail made, and I'll make some chassis spacers and bolt it together. Or I can bolt it through here. I can put my pin plate in front and then bolt it all up. So then these two will be right spacing, and then I can lay my axles in and drill my holes and stuff. Right guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, Shed fans, and I'll see you on the next one.